Hey, people injured here for every Estia Province, blue team. We have Atlas as a brother captain. Durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful offense, support and disruption fights in melee combat alongside Paranoid Kamikaze as a force commander. Very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. This is the Dark Angels DLC recolored blue. Look at it go. Rounding us off on the blue team here, the Great Cornholio with a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with the damage of a Dime Bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's very slow. Red team, Batpimp with a Kommando knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter, Death Skull's elite scheme. Alongside here, EFFIL WEESHART, also known as zeetorq, but this name is way too fun for me not to say for the entire match. As a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful offense and disruption, fights mainly in melee combat. Some Black Legion over here. And rounding us off, it's another Force Commander, and it's BestN00b. Might be a noob, but it's the best one we have. Looks like the Plague Champion has transitioned mid early on with some Nurgly worship and some capping. West side, Kommando versus Brother Captain is pretty fun. Looks like the Strat Squad have already upgraded, I guess, to the Cybolt ammunition, which gives them some more range damage. Makes them pretty damn dangerous, actually. No war gear for the Brother Captain. Atlas, by the way, is the fella in charge of the modding these days, most of it anyway, so be nice, or you might not see 2.8. West side capped up for the Orks now. EFFIL on the way. A bit like Mind War, can suppress a target, also increases the damage that they take for by 20%, I think. Doesn't last too long, and the Brother Captain does need to be still to channel the ability, but still pretty damn good. Damage resist debuff, especially that part of it. I'm not sure if it's infantry only though. Chaos Lord with the kill the weak. Didn't knock over the Force Commander because his battle cry is active. Chaos Lord now runs away. Here comes a Kommando though with some stick bombs. Nothing really to chuck him at right now. Sluggers seeing off the Force Commander. Can they get on the power here? The red team. Pushing up a lot on the east side. Looks like there is the EFFIL. Suppressing those guys, but if you don't have something there to shoot them up, I think it's like 7 seconds. Meanwhile, east side. Yeah, red team pushing up quite a lot. Plague Champion using the unholy stench to keep that Force Commander suppressed, and really frustrate him with that. Now he's tying up some Noise Marines. Cacophony goes off though. Tactical Marines happy to force melee combat under CSN there with Kraken rounds active. Increases their damage to heavy infantry, and it does affect their melee attacks as well. But that was too much for him. And there's some Nurgle worship for those fellas. Back to the west. Some explosions going off. I bet it was a Kommando. Look at him. Looks very guilty. Skulking away. Double CSM with Eternal War and EFFIL WEESHART with some Raptors. Raptors also for Cornholio. Purgation up for Atlas. These guys with these incinerators in tier 1. Suppress infantry and do chunks of damage AoE. They can also get silences in tier 2, which are incredibly dangerous. I believe they do AoE damage, which they're not meant to do. I think that's a bug. So if we see those guys survive to tier 2 and get their silences out, we could see stuff get shredded. Here we go. Suppressed now. And into some stick bombs. Nicely set up there by Batpimp. Couldn't quite get a model though, unlucky. Shooting the crap out of some stormtroopers, and they are forced to retreat. Really need that Brother Captain around in those fights. Strat Squad staying quite close to him. I think he's set to get in 2.8. He's set to get his speed boost back from his We Are the Hammer. Because at the moment the speed boost doesn't affect him. He only gets the damage resistance. But I think he's gonna get that back in 2.8 from the looks of it. Nice support in here from the EFFIL WEESHART. He should be a sorcerer, surely. Got some aspiring champion heretics. What's going on east side, though? Cornholio moving out of the power. There is a contested on the east side which is noded up. But again, here comes BestN00b with some assault marines. In terms of counters, we do have aspiring champion heretics. No sign of a fancy plague sword or anything. He's engaging in the right areas. Heretics a little bit isolated, getting caught and forced off. Now the assault marines should have a pretty decent time of it in there. Especially alongside the force commander with the power sword. Makes his battle cry better. And of course, it's a power weapon, which is pretty handy. There's Cacophony. Those guys trying to get damage on as they can. But assault marine's pretty tough. 400 hit points of heavy armor per model. Could see a nasty grenade. Don't think he's going to be able to get close enough. Plague champion using his unholy stench to suppress them. Smells so bad, even marines can smell it through their power armor. And it suppresses them, it's so bad. Likes to use that. Set up the bombs with some suppression from the shooter boys there. Did not quite hit it flush. Oh wow. Chaos Lord wrecking some fools with that sidearm he's got. That's not even a combi flamer either. 337 to 496. Getting in amongst some stormtroopers now. Bad place for those fellas. And we've got some power bashing going on. Incinerators got their damage reduced against... Yeah, you can see they're not bashing super fast. Seems to be less than like a regular tactical marine flamer now. It was a pretty heavy nerf. Before they would bash so fast. Chaos Lord still in play. Got the Mantle of Hate queued up for tier 2. Some good support coming in from Orks and the rest of the Chaos stuff too. Strike Squad catches some sluggers on retreat, but these guys are pretty low. Chaos Lord leads the line as long as he can. Now needs to retreat out. Got some Corn Worship, +2 speed for all of this stuff. Pretty damn useful. Meanwhile, east side, power bash from Cornholio. Noise Marines will make very short work of the generators. Grenade. Spotted it well and dodged it well. A lot of damage on those raptors, having to jump back to the Nurgle worship. Not taking the time to cap that. I probably would have kept my raptors back to decap this wreck point and just bash with the noise marines. They don't really need help bashing these guys. But I guess with time of the essence, BestN00b coming right back in here. Went to get as much bashing as he could and got the node and the generator. They're going to be right on that blue team power though, I would think. Force Commander now with a Power Fist. This is Paranoids. Armor of Alacrity. Do you have an armor? You do. Artificer over here for BestN00b. Scouts grabbing that. Oh, here are the silencers. They are still a setup weapon. 25 Inferno DPS. I think it's got AoE on it, I think. Which makes it crazy. Also gives them rending, as you can see, which gives them some good anti-vehicle damage. The reason why they don't have side cannons any longer, the balance team wanting to kind of get away from those anti-everything weapons when they could. Melters stay as your anti-everything, but they're pretty short range. 333 430 Blood Crusher on the field for the Great Cornholio. Backing away is BestN00b. Doesn't have any anti-vehicle right now, but could transition into Missile Launcher and Melter Bomb and even a Power Fist for that Force Commander. Here's a Death Tread taking some shots. There's the rending ability. Quite handily changes the visuals and even gives them a new decorator when it's active, which is handy. There's Enfeeble on the Sluggers. Sets up a grenade with it. Nicely done. We've also got the Nemesis Demon Hammer here. Demolishing Strike. Force Commander goes down. Librarian doesn't want to get too close to this stuff, I don't think. Throws up the Smites. Sees off the Heretics. Raptors jumping the Devastators here. And they do have their aspiring champion. Power Fist tearing through stuff. 333 to 397 on the VPs. Slaughter active for the CSM here. They both have their aspiring champion. Slaughter pretty damn nice. Look at this Vindicator Assassin for Atlas. I love seeing this guy used. Really elite. Sniper infantry is going to go down though if he's not careful. 8 to the zap from the weird boy, and then some Daka. He's not the toughest guy. You can get, I think it's called extended operations to give him some more hit points. And I think like some health regen or something. What's going on over it? More power bashing from Cornholio, really nicely done. With Noise Marines, Blood Crusher in there too. We got some upgraded CSM. Sparring Champion coming in. Plague Champion with his Plague Fist. Dreadnought now for Best Noob. Cornholio doesn't really have a way to deal with that right now. Especially if that thing stays melee. Lightning Claws for the Chaos Lord. 100 DPS. Power melee. Painful. Orks trying to cap. And shoot. Multitasking. There we go. They're going to drop some models though from these sniper guns, you would think. Well, dropped one. There's the Daka, but there's too much for them to deal with. Force Commander with his Sacred Standard, which is why these guys have permanent yellow buff circles, because it permanently buffs your damage if you're nearby. Awesome accessory. Doesn't buff his own damage, you'll notice, because that would be mental. 333, 376. We got a Strat Squad Justicar. He has like plasma damage, I think, something like that. And I think further increases their range damage as well, I believe, something like that. They're a pretty good ranged squad when they have side bolts, ammunition, and their Justicar. That's the takeaway. Death Dread running away from a Power Fist. Could be a dicey engagement for both players. Looks like red team maybe will have... Oh no, the Raptors can't jump again. There's Mantle of Hate doing its thing. Drain life on the brother captain. Sees him off the field. He might go down. Because those are Markov Zinch CSM shooting at him, and he does go down. Are they both Markov Zinch? Nope, one of them is. Chaos Lord using his destructive strike against the Librarian. Sluggers catching those Devastators. They rode their luck staying there that long. Got some knockback on retreat there. But look at these silencers ripping through those sluggers. Wow. Painful stuff. CSM going to need to be very careful of those fellas. Try and get the Raptors on them, I suppose. Here is a Grey Knight Dreadnought. Has that heavy flamer by default now. You see how it does. Batpimp not ready for that purgation damage from those silencers. Plague Marines up here for Cornholio. Still has the Blood Crusher up too, but needing to get back. Oh no, yeah, needing to get back their own natural here. I guess Best Noob snuck through. Does have the Dreadnought up in its default melee state. Bad news for Cornholio's army, though the Plague Marines could try and keep it at bay. Sniper fight, or rather scout fight. Some debuff circles over here. Does that flame debuff you now? I'm not sure. Grey Knight Dreadnought got very, very far up there. Weird Boy doing some work. Here comes a whole bunch of red stuff. Silencers setting up again on the enfeebled Force Commander. Are they doing more damage the closer you get as well? Wow, how did that not take a model? Come on, Dreadnought. Force Commander's going to die here, looks like. This is Best Noob. Yeah, down he goes. Got a nice assist. Should get revived. Where's the Chaos Lord? Oh, he's capping. 322, 311. Very close on VPs. Tier 3 for Cornholio. Tier 3 also for Paranoid. And the Grey Knight Dreadnought lives. Got some cool weapon upgrades, this fella, but we're not seeing them right now. Used to start with a Twin Link Stormbolter or something as well, which was fun. But now it's got that Flamer. Flamer used to be an upgrade for that guy. Storm Boy's up for Batpimp. Tier 3 all around on the blue team now. These are the Storm Boys. That Knob Leader looking mean. Blue team need to find a way in. Las Cannon's going to be a threat to the Dreadnoughts. Raptors a good jump. Setting up the push. We now have a melee commando with his assassin's knife. Boom! Big stab on the brother captain there with assassinate. Big chunk of damage. Heretics getting in, almost finishing off those devastators. That was pretty close. Can they get on the VP here? Meanwhile, east side, Cornholio with a push and a power. Looks like he did some bashing, but now needs to retreat. Not really a scratch on his dreadnought yet. Assault squad do have their melter. Blood Crusher still around. Using it defensively right now. Gonna find some heretics. 296 to 309. Marcos Inc. CSM doing some work to that force commander. Here comes a dreadnought with a flamer on. Let's see what he can do here. Did it suppress those fellas? Maybe it suppresses. I don't actually know what this flamer does. Didn't seem to do huge amounts of damage. But if it suppresses, it's not bad. Here we go. I guess it's not going to do a whole lot against heavy armor. But yeah, slightly disappointed by this flamer. Kommando getting some kills. He's now got his mega boom kit, which is fun. 277, 309. Power bashing now from a weird boy. Nope, runs away. Here's a Predator tank from Paranoid. Tier 3 now for everyone aside from Batpimp. Level 4 Chaos Lord runs the hell away and the Dreadnought lives. Strat squad at level 2. I guess they grabbed this VP, did they? Level 2 shooters. I think it's a dicey shooting match for those guys now because Strat squad can shoot pretty good. Blood Crusher still around. Doesn't have much XP. And we do have a Blastmaster Noise Marine. He's happy to sit in cap right now. Librarian trying to get on the VP there. Raptor's seen him off. And a power bash from a tank. What's going on over here? Havocs don't want to get caught by the strike squad, but they don't want to get caught by the Storm Boys either. Taking down one of the models. Can they get another one? I don't think so. Here's the Purgation. They're level 3. They must have ripped through some orky stuff that we didn't see. Storm Boys in there though. Can they get this model, you would think? Yes. There's that Sweeping Doom. Sorry, Demolishing Strike. I always get them mixed up. 277 to 258 on the VP is pretty damn close still, but blue team's starting to creep across the map here. And Cornholio putting constant pressure on his power. Slaughter active. Could force melee combat on those scouts. Slaughter does have a really nice melee mode. They draw some chainsaws. Talking about melee, here comes some Assault Terminators for BestN00b. Unique Terminator variant for the Force Commander with those heavy melee Thunderhammers. Using their teleport offensively there. So we might see Marco Zinch on the CSM to shoot those guys. Play champion level 2. West side turning red, commandos on capping duty. And some hidden sluggers putting some pressure on the Purgation there. Might see a bit more of that to get in on those guys. The Dreadnought got a kill there, I think. Land Raider Crusader on the way for Atlas. Librarian in a dicey fight, but get some support. What level are you fellas? Level 3 Stormtroopers. They also have their Acolyte, giving them some health regen and I think a damage boost. And also the Fanaticism. It might just be Fanaticism now. They definitely get the health regen. 257, 239. Nobody can really hold this west side for very long. Maybe some like looters, some more suppression just to kind of keep things at bay. Dreadnoughts avoided that las cannon so far pretty well. There's a stun bomb. Some Terminators, white Terminators coming in for Paranoid Kamikaze. I guess they're using the Deathwing scheme, but it's super brightened up by the recolor. 1-to-1, fighting over this contested. Here comes the brother captain, nothing really here to stop him. Lads kind of trying to get shots on the Terminators, not as easy as it used to be when they were downgraded from large size to medium size. Brother captain might get away. Gonna be close, does not get away. The Storm Boys made sure of it with their improved rocket packs. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader, Hurricane Bolters on the side sponsons, Multi-Melter on top, and a twin-linked assault cannon. It's pretty damn good, also provides health and energy regen and allows it to reinforce, but you cannot retreat back to it. Great unclean one on the field for Great Cornholio. Lots of great stuff. Here's a Vanguard Veteran Squad, they'll do some good damage to that guy. And so will the Assault Terminators, of course. So we need to be careful. Heretics running away, they did not get the decap. Moving all the way up to the POW here are the blue team. Land Raider back here. Yeah, so is the Dreadnought, which now has a plasma cannon equipped. Uh-oh. Stuns are bad news for Terminators. Luckily for them, it's just a bunch of piercing damage, which they can shrug off relatively well. Look at this. When you get the plasma cannon upgrade, he gets a twin-linked heavy bolter as well. Awesome stuff. Surprised we didn't see that sooner. Maybe he was just trying to test out that flamer. I wasn't too impressed with it, to be honest. 2-to-1 cap now. Lads kind of getting shots. Look at that. It's a fearsome ranged Dreadnought. I wonder if it even has a melee attack now. It shouldn't, right? Assault cannon up for these Terminators, but they are in trouble. Look at this, chasing them. Crusaders like too far forward to act as support, but the sheer output from those Hurricane Bolters, seeing that stuff off. Gonna be hard to push this. It's gonna be hard to push this. Blue team need to defend their VP on this side though. Assault Terminators doing a really good job. Being stunned there though. Blastmaster cheating and getting a shot through those things there. Touch of Noble Heretics. Down goes the Plague Champion. Yeah, Vanguard Veterans need to get the hell out of there. Oh, the Great and Clean one's gone down. I did not even notice. How the hell did that happen? No idea. I'm guessing the Vanguard Veterans and the Assault Terminators got on it. Did they get away? They did get away. But the Terminators are getting chased back here. It doesn't look good for these guys. Tank is there chasing them. They're gonna go down, right? Down they go. They got the Great and Clean one, but lost Assault Terminators. Pretty even trade. Maybe Assault Terminators you'd value slightly higher than this guy. Here's another one though, from the EFFIL WEESHART. What is this? Oh hey, Paladins called in by Atlas. They are in for a welcome party, that's for sure. Look at the damage. And are they even going to get out of it? They're trying to get back to the Land Raider. I don't think they're going to make it. Wow, they didn't last long. That was a bad place to be called into, fellas. Chaos Lord takes down the brother captain. He's got his Icon of Corn. Gives us some really nice sustainability if he can get into combat. Damage on the Dreadnought now. We've got some tank busters. We've got the rocket launcher for the Kommando too. 2-to-1 cap for blue team. They've lost some stuff though. Great and Clean one down. Paladins down. BestN00b also looking quite depleted here though. But the Chaos Lord and the Kommando looking very strong. This game, by the way, was played like December 2017. So I'm sure even these players who played it don't know what the hell happened anymore. Crusader's really far forward here. Being aggressive. Weird Boy goes down. Batpimp wasn't paying attention over there. What's this? Yeah, BestN00b, despite having 3 units, is really putting pressure on his VP. Almost finishing off the Noise Marines. Very, very close. Oh, there's Malignant Blindness from the Chaos Lord, reducing weapon and vision range to almost nothing for the enemy team for a duration. Plague Champion almost level 3. We got some Commandos on the way for Batpimp. Oh, down goes the Land Raider. They got it. Look how far forward it was. We see this time and time again. Players just being very, very blasé with their super heavy vehicles. I think the tide is turning for the red team here. They've got some VPs to make up, that's for sure. Blue team being a little bit sloppy with their super units. Bad news for the Dreadnought. Right enemy crosshairs. That's a lot of rockets. Can they finish it off? Gets to level 3. Down it goes. Did some good work, but down it goes. Now Atlas needs to recover. Does have a nuke available. So does the Chaos Lord. EFFIL WEESHART. Red team have the west side. That's a good jump. Saved by the Enfeeble, maybe? Yes. Good reactions there from Atlas. Storm Boys gonna go down. Batpimp losing sight of him there. 229 to 120. Unless he's just trying to free up population here for flash kits and knobs, which is a possibility. 224, 120. Land Raider Redeemer for Paranoid Kamikaze now. And here comes another one from BestN00b. They're going to each have one. So those nukes might be vital in taking those things down. Brother Captain getting a cap. Shooter Boys, just what? Why are they retreating? The sheer presence of the Brother Captain scared them off. East side looks quiet. Looks like the fierce fighting over these power points is done for now. These players may be looking more to the mid. 211, 120. Last cannon set up here on this approach. We've got a tank and a Land Raider. But that's it in terms of vehicles. They can deal with that. They can deal with that. Almost level 3 Raptors. What was that going up? Did I hear a shrine or something? I thought I heard a oh, there it is. It's a Nurgle shrine from the Plague Champion of the Great Cornholio. Heretics are worshipping it too, so we'll give reinforcement. I don't think they need to because the Land Raider's right here. But more healing is more better. I guess there's not much else for those heretics to do right now. Could get grenade launchers up and do some disrupting, I guess. Blue team hold the west side for now, but it's all kicking off. That's a nuke from the Chaos Lord, Imperial Abyss. Not really hitting those vehicles flush. Great Unclean One's taking a lot of damage too from these Marco Zinc CSM. And here come some Chaos Terminators with Lightning Claws. Bad news for that Great Unclean One. Something barely got into that Land Raider there. They basically look exactly the same. Look at that. Red team getting blue team's natural. Cornholio not looking after his VP here. Land Raider providing a reinforcement and retreat point. And this Land Raider is in trouble. Of course, Kommando with his Sacred Standard buffing up these Assault Terminators. They're gonna chase it into base. I think this is a dead Land Raider. But can the Terminators get away afterwards? Force Kommando goes down. Which means that this buff is now better. Up to a 40% damage buff. Can they get away though? We need to try and get into the Land Raider, I think. Still got 3 models for now. Lightning Claw Terminators might turn on them though. 158 to 85. There we go, he spotted them. Tearing through them here. They did get in, but now is the Land Raider going to get away because it's being chased by a Predator tank with a las cannon. And taking big chunks. Down it goes. Terminators might be done for here. The tank could chase them back. Level 8 Force Commander for Paranoid. Also with the Sacred Standard. Assault Terminators can't move. They might live. I think they're going to live. Wow. That's an escape right there. The escape of the Terminators. Level 4 Scouts in trouble. Looks like they might survive. Nope. Down they go. So absolutely fierce fighting. Looks like the red team still have the upper hand here. Well, in terms of armies, they still behind on VPs. Here's a Vendicare Assassin. A new one, I think. And another Grey Knight Dreadnought with the Dreadnought Claw this time. So he loses the Maelstrom, but gets more health and some more damage. Can they get on this VP though? Great and Kimo's done really well for EFFIL WEESHART. There's that foul snare. It's pretty foul. Gets those guys off the field immediately. Shooter Boy's being sharp though. Batpimp a few times now has lost sight of his units. Look at those scouts getting in there. Nicely done by BestN00b. Getting into the back lines with your scouts. There's an orbital though. Don't think it's hitting anything. Nope. Who was that from? No idea. Was that Atlas? It might have been Atlas. It might have been Paranoid actually. Only 100 VPs remaining for blue. 98 to 85. This Force Commander's still down. He's not going to get revived from there. BestN00b doesn't really have the requisition to spare to revive him. Oh, this one's already. This one's down as well. There we see that big buff kicking in for the Plague Champion. He's going to go and revive him. Got an Icon of Nurgle. West side is still red. Blue team running out of time here. Look at this. Paranoid getting the first company involved. Bunch of Terminators now. Is this what they need though? Do they really need a bunch of piercing damage? Also got a tank, of course. Dreadnought doing some work. Is he going to engage the Great and Clean one? I guess not. That's a hidden Knob Squad. Going after the Dreadnought there. 66, 85. Now they're getting enfeebled. And run away. Did they push a little bit too much there? It looks like they kept some stuff back. Got a looted tank. Great and Clean one. Chaos Lord is still on the prowl. Level 7. Last cannon also. Yeah, Dreadnought is going to struggle. Needs to stay back and just like defend against the knobs. Mid, look at this. Some sneaky scouts might get a decap, but they might eat a... Yeah, they're just going to eat a shot. Oh, misfired. You can do it, fellas. No. There we go. Not sure why the first one misfired like that. Double cap for red. They might be able to see this out. Cornholio needs to get his stuff over here. Here he comes. Another orbital. This time definitely from Atlas. I believe the first one was Paranoid. And that's a pretty good one. Might let them cap. Need to get the natural back as well though. It's going to be Purgation on the cap. Level 4. Those scary, scary silencers. GG says Atlas. They've run out of time here. A single cap is enough for the red team to see them through. What a fun game. Level 6 Brother Captain. We saw the silencers do some crazy, crazy work. Level 8 Force Commander was back on his feet thanks to the Plague Champion, I believe. It's a whole bunch of Terminators. We had a level 6 Plague Champion. Was fighting the enemy Great and Clean one at the end. Getting stuck in there. What do we have from the Kommando? Level 6 switched back to his knife. Level 7 Chaos Lord down at the end, protecting that VP. And a level 4 Force Commander, who is still down at the bases here. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.